For fiscal year 2020, the University of Illinois system budget is $7 billion. The system is composed of 3 universities, in Urbana-Champaign, Chicago, and Springfield, a hospital and healthcare system, and system offices, which provide core administrative and business functions. The U of I system's revenue comes from multiple sources: general operating funds, used to support instructional and other academic activities; restricted funds, money that can only be used for a specific purpose; and funds for pensions and benefits. 25% of the total budget, or $1.7 billion, represents payments for pensions and employee health benefits that the state pays on the system's behalf. 75%, or $5.3 billion, consists of general operating funds and restricted funds. This $5.3 billion is used by the university system to support instruction, research, patient care, and other activities. General operating funds consist of state appropriations, tuition, assessments to research grants and self-sustaining units such as housing and athletics, and royalties earned across the university system. This determines how much money the system can spend on instructional activities and general operations, faculty and staff salaries, student financial aid, instructional facilities, and student services like career counseling and advising. Restricted funds include revenues that typically cannot be used to fund general academic operations. They include sources which generate revenue to cover their costs. Athletics, housing and dining, student unions and recreational facilities, and a $1 billion hospital and healthcare enterprise are all examples of these kinds of self-sustaining operations. Other sources of restricted funds are grants, federal appropriations for agriculture programs, and gifts and endowment income. The University of Illinois system consistently works to bring federal and private dollars into the state in the form of research grants and philanthropic support. These funding sources are typically restricted to specific terms and conditions set by the grant or donor. Direct state support for public universities across the country, including the University of Illinois system, has declined significantly, placing a larger financial responsibility on students and their families. 20 years ago, the state provided $3 in direct support to the university system for every dollar in tuition revenue. Today, there is $2 of tuition for every dollar of direct state support. At the same time, system-wide enrollment has increased by nearly 22,000 students. The system's 3 universities enroll more than half of all students attending public universities in the state. In summary, the system's $7 billion budget supports instruction, cutting-edge research, student services, patient care, and facilities operations. Finding efficiencies and containing costs has allowed the system's 3 universities to freeze tuition for Illinois undergraduates for 5 consecutive years, helping make the University of Illinois system altogether extraordinary.